For the homeless people who are watching, welcome to Grain and Barley. How the fuck is everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I don't know who else you're talking to, but I'm here.
There's some people here.
I don't have a chat up, so I can't see.
So tonight we're going to be, obviously you can see down there in the corner, you can see we're going to be reviewing Colt 45 in a 40 ounce.
Yeah.
Thanks to Twigs. He brought us back from his little vacation. And, yeah. So
I've never had a 40 ounce.
I mean, listen.
Being in Florida, we can only get 32s. So we play Edward 32 hands.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
No, doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
It's interesting.
And I think the only 32 or 40 style beer I've had is OE.
I mean, it literally is, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Bigger than the same size, bigger than a whiskey bottle.
It's almost 1,200 milliliters.
Nice. So how's life been there, buddy?
It's been all right.
Nice. Well, I got to give a little shout out to our buddy, Reverend Stumpy from Scalawag Gaming. He has 3D printed me some badass coasters that look like bottoms of a barrel that say Grain and Barley on them. They're pretty awesome.
Those are pretty fucking sweet.
I mean, he's not done. He wants to do logo on them. He also made one that was way too big, but I'm going to use it for, he told me to use it for an ashtray. I'm going to use it to hold 40 ounces in whiskey bottles.
I like it, though.
Yeah, it's going to sit here on the desk all the time.
Yeah, one day maybe we'll have cool merch like that.
And Twig's helping us out, giving us an idea for a podcast, which is great. So there's no backstory there. I was like, hey, bring me back a 40. That was it. So I was working today and driving around listening to one of the radio stations that we listen to. All right, I heard this story on there, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked it up, and then I forgot where it was, what state it was in. But this teacher is in trouble. She had the cops called on her, DCF. She is on suspension because she's a teacher for third grade. Her students in the boys' bathroom made the bathroom dirty. Mm-hmm. Whatever the fuck they were doing in the bathroom, paper, all this shit, whatever, dirtied up the bathroom. So for punishment, she made them clean the fucking bathrooms.
Okay.
And then one of the fucking parents called DCF and the cops and all this shit because she made them clean up after themselves.
That's stupid.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? She's on fucking administrative leave. And I'm like, no, that bitch needs a fucking raise.
Yeah, and the parents should be fined.
Sorry, it was my little rant that I had to get out. I'm ready to get into this Colt 45, sir.
Mine's open.
So is mine.
All right.
Smells like beer.
Tastes like beer.
Tastes like a lager.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
We never had Colt 45. And
I've never had Colt 45.
You hear all these things about the 32 or the 40 ounce beers not being good and all this shit about it. So I was a little reluctant to try it. Tastes like a beer. Nothing bad about it.
5.6% alcohol. Fun fact. Colt 45 was made in 1963, and it's not named after
the handgun.
Colt. It's not named after the gun. It is named after Jerry Hill, which was number 45 for the Baltimore Colts. Was it Baltimore Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore Colts.
Yeah, 63 is Baltimore Colts, and then moved to Indianapolis.
So, and then the horseshoe
mm-hmm.
and the Colt on the label
is a honor of that.
Well, it's a reference to an extra kick in football.
Oh, okay.
Which it gives it basically saying that Colt 45 has that extra kick. So
it's not bad. It's really not bad at all.
Yeah, no, it's good, and it's made by Pabst Blue Ribbon, or not Blue Ribbon, but Pabst beer.
Pabst Brewing Company.
So because it's a malt liquor, well, it's a lager, it's a malt liquor. It's one and the same. It's a malted barley, so therefore it's a malt, but it's a lager. But back in the day, malt liquors, you could not put numbers or symbols or letters, not like the name.
Yeah.
You could put the name on it, but you couldn't put letters, let's say XL, like extra large, you couldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
So, and you weren't allowed to put the proof on it either. And Colt 45 was actually the first malt liquor who had their label approved with a number and symbols on it.
I will say, it's a very cool, like just clean label.
That is. It's just white, blue lettering.
It's a good label.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over the top. It's not like a Four Loko label where it's crazy. It's just classic. Much like the good old PBR label.
I like this. So I told Twigs that I would finish this on stream
Do it.
while we're doing the podcast. I don't know if I can. Holy shit.
I'm trying, man. I'm
That's
trying.
a lot of beer.
It's every time I take
That is a
every time I take a
lot
gulp,
of
it's
beer.
like, has anything been gone?
There you go. That's almost half.
That's an all-day beer.
So another thing. All right, so this isn't the pic. This isn't the real. You can't see it, but everybody else can. This isn't the real ad for Colt 45 with
The one on the bottom right of the
Billy D.
screen.
Williams. It's not the real one. I couldn't find the real one, but so this was a real, not with Carrie Fisher, but the real one where it says Lando Calrissian says Billy D. Williams, and then it's got another lady next to Billy D. Williams. And it really does say works every time, as in, like, the advertisement for this
It works every time.
would not fly today.
No. The PC police all over your ass for that one.
Because basically he's saying, dude, give your girl Colt 45 and you're going to get laid.
Or use it and you have a placebo boost.
That might be it.
Which I don't know. 40 ounces of beer. You're going to have beer gut.
Well, is this does this picture? Okay, that has the 40 ounce. That's a fake 40 ounce. Yeah, this is all fake. But in like the normal one, it's just like a 12-ounce can. I'd like to do an episode on all malt liquors. Listen, so we don't promote open containers in vehicles.
But we should.
By any means. But I remember back in my 20s, I was with my friends. We were going out, stop at a gas station. We all grab a beer. And I grabbed Steel Reserve because, I was kind of broke and I was saving my money for the bar.
Yeah.
So I grabbed a Steel Reserve because it was like $1 at that point. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
And I grabbed Steel Reserve. I open it up. I take one sip. Now we're sitting 6 deep in a late 90s, early 2000s Mustang convertible.
Okay.
I take a fucking sip of that bitch and I just fucking toss that bitch in the air as we're going down the fucking road. Just one sip, I was like, I'm done. That bitch is gross.
I don't know if I remember my experience with Steel Reserve. If it was at a party somewhere and someone had it and I drank it.
Oh, Steel Reserve is the worst fucking beer ever. But this Colt 45, man, I could listen. Why don't they make this in a 12-pack? I would drink this.
I don't know. Plus, they you can twist the tap back on. Save it for later.
Yes, save it for later. There's some really off history about malt liquor.
There is. There's a lot of stigma behind malt liquors and 32s and 40 ounces.
Well, why malt liquor is put in 40 ounce or the biggest they can be put in? There's a whole it gets. I want to do a whole episode on malt liquor because it gets bad.
Yeah.
Like it gets really fucking racist. Like in today's terms. In today's terms, it gets really racist. The whole reason why malt liquor is in 40 ounces is because they noticed that people of color drank soda. So malt liquor only came in 8 and 7 ounce cans or bottles.
Okay.
And they noticed that people of color were drinking their sodas and juices in bigger containers up to like 12, 16, bigger volume. So with malt liquor, they were like, well, let's put it in the biggest thing we could put it in. And obviously, you know where that went.
Yeah. I don't know why the state of Florida limits at 32.
So I do. It's the same reason that we don't have the supersized size drinks at McDonald's anymore. It all has to do with, at one point, we had a different party in office. At one point, we had a different party in office, and they were all on the kick of everybody has to be healthy. Anything over 32 ounces is unhealthy. Bitch, 32 ounces is unhealthy. So that's why. Because Florida's not in the Bible Belt. Florida doesn't have like that whole stigma of you can't get alcohol in this county or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, that's where us having 32 ounces comes from, is just like, okay, let's just regulate how much these people can have. And, you have other states where it's like, fuck it. Dude, you want to put it in a fucking 5-gallon jug and drink it right then and there? Go ahead. I'm
getting there, man. I'm gonna try to finish this.
Yeah, so am I. I'm halfway through this bottle, and I can't find any fault in this.
I can't either.
Like, it's a beer.
Yeah.
It's not a great beer.
No.
It's not a bad beer.
If someone handed you a solo cup and said, "Hey, man, here's some beer,"
it's a beer.
You'd be like, "It's good, man. Thanks."
It's beer.
You take it as a big fucking perfect, man. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
It said it's.
I mean, that's exactly it.
I think of those days that we went to the Manatees games, and that's what it reminds me of. Just like, it's a beer. Dude, you have a beer.
And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it to it now, because either by the time I'm done with this, I'll be too far gone to give it to you. But I'm gonna give this an 8 for a beer.
Yeah. I'd say, for the fact that it's as beers are concerned, is this a beer and rate it 1 through 10? Yeah, I'd say 8. There's nothing super special about it. It doesn't taste bad at all. It tastes like I can put I can put the names of like PBR, Budweiser, Coors, Miller all in the same thing and be like, it tastes like aspects of those. If you mix all those together, it kind of tastes like that.
Well, yes and no. There is something different from just your normal Budweiser, which is a regular lager, your Coors, which is a regular lager. Okay, so to me, it's got the same taste and smell as Mickey's, which I call Mickey's the poor man's Heineken.
Okay. I can tell this came from Twigs. I smell weed.
No, that's
as a joke. I know he's in chat, so
no, but that's the beer. No, I mean, you can.
Oh,
yeah,
you can smell the hops in it, yeah,
which is great. But
yeah, which I like hoppy beers, but not overly hoppy.
So to me, this and Mickey's, which they taste exactly the same, like to a T, and they taste like a poor man's version of Heineken.
Yeah, it does taste like Heineken. Well, Heineken is very hops forward. I think the thing with Colt 45 is that it has that stigma behind it.
Yep.
And if you were to put a no label on it and put it in a cup and hand it to somebody, they'd be perfectly happy with it. They wouldn't complain about a damn thing.
Yeah.
But because if you said, "Oh, it's Colt 45, here you go," they'd be like, "I don't know, man."
Yeah, I mean, dude.
I guess we gotta start going into the 32s.
Dude, yeah, I think we might have to start going to the bum beers.
The bum beers, like,
hey, maybe these.
In all fairness, we call them that because we live in Florida. There's a lot of bums, and
they drink the cheapest beer.
Homeless people,
there is.
If they're watching, the cheapest beer there is. But I get
the homeless people that are watching, I like it.
If they're watching or listening, I don't know. I don't know their life, man.
That's so horrible. We're bad. We're horrible. It's all right.
Hey, man,
dude,
I'm this far into a 40. So
you drink more than me, but I've also drank. I've also drank more than you today.
I haven't drank since day one of our trip. So
I've had 3 Island Coastal Lagers, a glass of whiskey, and a glass of winemaker's red wine with dinner.
I have a Public sweet tea. By the way, that pulled pork is delicious. I'll have to get you a bottle of that this daddle pepper barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I'll have to give you a little bit of this fucking hot sauce that Stump sent me, so that we can review it.
All right.
Because it's really fucking hot.
I've had really fucking hot.
But No, but it's not at the same
You
time.
know I don't like really fucking hot.
No. By itself, it is fucking hot.
Okay.
Like, it is like burn your fucking asshole when you shit hot.
I don't. What in the world makes me think that I want to try that?
So it's a mustard based hot sauce.
Okay.
Like the first ingredient is mustard.
Okay. Yeah, this daddle
So,
pepper one is the first. It's a mustard based barbecue sauce.
but it's got Carolina Reaper, Ghost, Scorpion, and Habanero in it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got the hottest peppers in it.
Yeah.
Okay, it does burn your asshole hot when you shit if you eat it by itself. But the other night we made burgers, right, on the grill,
Yeah.
and I was out of mustard, so I put this on my burger. Oh my god, the flavor that came from that fucking hot sauce onto that burger was that's my new go-to burger fucking mustard. So, dude,
I'm at the last little bit.
I'm still only half. I can't. I'm
I've reached the bottom of the label.
being a bitch. I'm going slow.
Chug, bitch.
Fuck you. I drink at my own pace. So, what's your final thoughts, man? Well, I guess we already gave our final thoughts. It's a good beer. I give it, what did I say, an 8? What do you give it?
Gone.
Gone.
I give it an 8. I agree with you on that.
Nice. So, combined of 8, period, across the fucking board.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt later. I feel this burp coming.
That's great. 8.
8.
So, all in all, Colt 45 in a 40 ounce is an 8. Now, would have you given it an 8 outside of a 40 ounce?
That had no play in my my ranking.
Now, here's the other thing. Wow. If they make Colt 45 in a can, would it taste different?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because a Budweiser in a bottle versus Budweiser in a can tastes different.
See,
Coors Light in a bottle versus Coors Light in a can tastes
no.
different. Not much different, but does taste different.
See, to me, there's a couple of beers
I think it doesn't taste bad either way.
that taste exactly the same, can or beer. It's just a vessel to get it into your fucking body. That's all it is. But there are some that taste better out of a fucking bottle than out of a can. Some taste better out of a can than out of a bottle. Heineken tastes better out of a can than out of a bottle, I believe.
For the record, if you drink a 40 ounce in give or take 30 minutes, you get the hiccups.
And you get fucking wasted quick. So,
yes.
With that being said, thank you all for stopping by.
It's
we
been
appreciate
a fun episode.
It is, yeah, it's been a great episode. We really enjoyed this one. That's about it.
Yeah, very true. Thank you for listening to this episode of Grain and Barley. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions for future shows, reach us at info@grainandbarley.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at GBcast and TikTok at Grain and Barley. All those links can be found on our website, grainandbarley.com, as well as links to the show, our merch store, and recipes. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Later.
Peace. We're out. Oh, Jesus Christ.